You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Trump's recent GOP convention idea shows his stranglehold is slipping analysts, based on an article by Nicole Chatichami. Trump's convention is a loyalty drill, not a strategy. Power has a name. The source is built around the simple fact it almost refuses to sit still with it. Donald Trump still holds the real power inside the Republican Party. The RNC is hosting the Dallas convention, but Trump is the center of gravity, the brand, and the liability. Chaptal's argument is not really about a convention date. It is about a party that cannot act independently of its strongest man and weakest electoral asset. The point is control, not persuasion. The event is being sold as a turnout tape for the midterms, a way to energize voters without Trump on the ballot. That is the confession. Republicans are not trying to expand their coalition or sell an agenda to undecided voters. They are trying to discipline a shrinking base into showing up for a politics of grievance and personality. That is not persuasion. It is mobilization through fear of disloyalty. The decision makers here are not confused bystanders. Trump wants a convention framed around him. The Republican National Committee is building the stage. GOP insiders, according to the source, are already gaming out how to squeeze out enough moderate turnout to survive in key states. That means the party itself has accepted a degraded political model, keep the base angry, keep the middle out of mind, and hope raw partisanship can substitute for broad appeal. Who gets blamed? The framing in the source is familiar horse race varnish. It treats the problem as a tactical risk for Republicans, as if the issue are merely whether the optics work. That softens the larger truths. The real harm is not that this might backfire. The harm is that a major party has made itself dependent on an unpopular figure and then pretends that dependence is a strategy. Even the language of moderate voters and turnout election helps obscure the underlying fact. This is what happens when a party sells one man's brand instead of a governing coalition. The pattern beneath the event. This is a larger Republican pattern, not an isolated one. When the party cannot win by widening its appeal, it narrows the electorate. When it cannot persuade, it polarizes. When its leader is unpopular, it does not change course. It doubles down and calls that discipline. The Dallas Convention is not a fresh idea. It is the latest ritual in politics that treats nationalized conflict as a substitute for legitimacy. The real lesson. The story is not that the convention might have Democrats. The deeper point is that Republicans have built a system where the same person can weaken the parties electorally and still dominate it institutionally. That is not strategic, genius. It is organizational activity dressed up as momentum. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Rosario for today's article. With the automated voice of Diana, thanks for listening.